Let them speak. Review. Patterns 14. Please repeat or answer. Isn't that the most unbelievable story? Did it look like he was more nervous than me? Did he decide to buy the littlest camera? Is his school just like your school? All he had to do was bring the biggest suitcase. There was no sense trying to sell a less tasty cookie. Were those two heavier balls worth getting? Did he make the youngest kid leave? Isn't it all right to show him the poorest area of the city? Was that the hardest test? Is that girl as slow as her? Didn't it feel like the finest cloth? Were you more jealous than the other girls? Were you as jealous as the other girls? Did the littler girl begin dancing? Was the sickest kid able to make it home? Did he enjoy treating the poorest kids? Was she using the same computer you were using? Did she begin feeling better? Wasn't that the most humid day? Were the two shirts different from this one? Is she as pretty as your girlfriend? Who was the hungriest? Didn't you get to see the most beautiful sunset? Is the shortest kid going to run faster than him? Isn't that the least expensive? Does she want to buy the cheapest cigarettes? Was that car the same as his car? Wasn't that house a lot cheaper than your house? Will she be as mad as him? Were their cats similar to your cat? Wasn't she much shyer than your sister? Didn't she manage to get much bigger apples? Wasn't that the scariest movie? Is their weather similar to the weather in Chicago? Did you have trouble lifting the heaviest rock? Was his uniform the same as yours? Was his lunch almost the same as hers? Is he going to be the quickest? Did she wind up bringing the best gift to the party? Were her cookies tastier than your mother's cookies? Does she talk louder than you? Was she as worried as you? Didn't it look like the newest house? Was that mattress as soft as your mattress? Did you feel he was the rudest Customer. Didn't she used to date the best looking guy? Doesn't it feel like it is the smallest? Was that test as difficult as the other test? How is that dress different from this one? All she did was watch the oldest movie. Was it as uncomfortable as my chair? Was she the healthiest kid? Was she more stubborn than you? Isn't she much more honest than her? Where were you able to find the least expensive fruits? Wasn't she happier than him? Will it be a lot longer? Isn't he the most wonderful person? Will he be a lot less forgiving? Aren't you a lot bigger than her? Who was the least surprised? Were you as worried as she was? Have you got the friendliest dog? Who is the handsomest? Are you going to be getting the newest model? Did you have him get the best food? Aren't you as young as that girl there? Where is the highest building in your city? Don't Didn't you feel the loneliest? Does she look like the smartest kid? Was that kid as weak as her? When do you feel the hungriest? Will it be almost the same as my sweater? What was it similar to? Does she tend to be kinder to him? Will you be climbing the highest mountain? Didn't she look the most surprised? Did you feel wetter than her? Were you used to drinking the strongest drinks at the bar? Did it get warmer in the evening? Should they have treated the sickest patient first? Do they make the finest chocolates? Was he as strange as her? Does he look like he is the richest? Who went to buy the largest car? Are you as lonely as her? Did he pretend to be the most worried? Is this larger bed better for you? Was he drunker than you? Was his winter coat the same as yours? What is almost the same as that? Wasn't it the hottest yesterday? Is she supposed to go back to the farthest city? Will he be the funniest? Were they much wilder than you? Is her office a lot bigger than yours? Who is the shyest girl here? Was she almost the same as his sister? Is she almost as young as you? Was she shorter than your girlfriend? Is she as short as your girlfriend? Where is the river the widest? Is she the least interested in it? Wasn't it a lot less expensive there? Did you get him to buy the sweetest candy? Did she end up being the happiest? Was that movie a lot better than the other one? Did you see her taking the bigger bag? Was his paper as long as your paper? Was his paper as long as yours? Who is the hardest working person there? Didn't it taste the strongest? Who was the most surprised? Was she as surprised as you? Who was the least thirsty? Is she as thirsty as her? Did you have difficulty finding the prettiest picture? Did you see them driving as fast as her? Did he quit selling the cheaper brands? Was she wearing the shortest skirt? Were you as mad as them about it? Was she like her favorite girlfriend? Is it all right to be as early as her? Doesn't that smell a lot better? When did you feel the sleepiest? Were you as tall as your brother? Are you as smart as him? Who is your most honest friend? How are those two schools different? Will he feel the worst about it? Is McDonald's almost the same as Burger King? Who makes the best donuts? Who is she most like? Will she be a lot less impressed? What is the best watch? Is that beer as good as Heineken? Did she begin to build a bigger house? Was her car the slowest? Did she drive as slow as you? Didn't it taste better than that? Won't it look like it is the strangest gift? Was that beach as pretty as the beaches in Hawaii? Isn't her watch as new as your watch? Isn't her watch as new as yours? Does Korean food taste the hottest? Have they been watching the newest movie? Did they decide to give her the best present? Is he the least sleepy? Is he as funny as your brother? Wasn't it a lot less interesting? Didn't he get a lot fatter? Was he as fat as his father? How is it the same as this book? Did you get him to bring his biggest dog? Is her gift as nice as yours? Is her gift as good as your gift? Does he play the guitar a lot better than you? Was it all right to give her the smallest piece? Is that her best looking kid? Are those two buses the same? Is her dress similar to her dress? Was it worth getting the funniest movie? Is it as warm in your room? Is Chicago as big as Seoul? Do you like that music as much as this music? Can you dance as well as her? Does he speak English as well as you? Is her car as good as yours? Is her car as good as your car? Are you able to run as fast as her? Is that job as easy as yours? Is that job as easy as your job? Is he supposed to be bringing the scariest movie? Did he help you to carry the heaviest box? Does he work as hard as you? Were you able to get on the earlier flight? Were you as surprised as him? Were you as surprised as he was? Was she a lot lazier than her brother? Who was the quickest runner? Shouldn't they have helped the slower students? Will he be as smart as her older brother? Did you feel as exhausted as me? All he does is buy the most expensive rings. Is she as popular as your younger sister? Is that movie as interesting as the one last night? Don't you feel like getting a better car? What was the hottest day this summer? Isn't she like her mother? Does she play basketball as well as her sister? Do you like to play tennis better than swimming? Did you help her to pick out the best fruit? Will those cookies be almost the same as these? Is that restaurant as good as that one? You might as well buy the best one. Hasn't he been the funniest guy? Are those coats the same as this one? Is she as nice as my mother? What was similar to that movie? Does he plan on getting a better TV? Is that pool as deep as the one in your backyard? Are the Koreans like the Japanese? Isn't this like studying at school?